once my health started going up, I was doing big video after big video, and then we just did Roddy Ricch The Box, which is the #1 song in the world. The video has, I think, almost 70 million views.
You were able to do that.
That was 3 days.
That was 3 days you shot that. And were you able to focus on, I can't imagine how much work that was in 3 days.
The crazier thing about it was the video first came about. I wrote the treatment idea December 9th. So I was still in symptoms December 9th, but I listened to the record and I was like, boom. Then they didn't start talking about shooting it till around Christmas time. And my whole family was in town. I was like, all right, I know everybody's here. And they picked a shoot date for January 9th. Mm-hmm. And not only did they want to shoot that video, but they wanted to shoot 3 different videos back to back to back before he went on tour. And I was like, man, it was stressful for me at that time because it was 3 days and I had all my friends coming in who all paid to fly into California to go on a ski trip. And I was like, the only way I could do is if I shoot these 3 videos back to back to back, which would be 3 overnights.
Wow.
And I was like, man. So I got 3 overnights going into my friends coming into town to me having to entertain and drive out 4 hours to Mammoth. And I was like, can my body handle this? This is going to be a gauntlet. Created the video. It was amazing. It came out, it was super successful. And that singular video has now, I just seen, it's like a stock market climb. It's like, boom. And like I said, I just got offered to do a movie. I got people trying to buy scripts for me and just really going crazy.
And you have no symptoms?
And I have no symptoms. The only thing I have in my life right now is I got a coronavirus out here that won't let me, that literally put my whole life on pause. But it's been nice because it's been allowing me to reset and just kind of gear up that I know I have all this stuff lined up. I have everything. The momentum is there. It's just like, okay, use this, however long this is going to be to just kind of build up for that next stage. My ulcerative colitis journey began shortly after my 21st birthday. I was a healthy kid, just, partying, doing my thing. I was just turned 21. So it was like, what else is a 21-year-old doing but just eating nonsense and everything. And then I remember my grandmother passed away, and I want to say I remember eating a big meal. Like we had the whole family over and we ate some like big Cajun crawfish meal. And then I started getting symptoms of just, frequent urgency. I was like, man, my stomach's really jacked up these past couple of days. And then it kept going one way or another. And then I remember seeing blood, and then, that sparked a little concern in me, like, wow, what the hell is going on? By the time we got to see the gastro, she's like, look, she goes, you're too young to have anything really serious. She goes, I'm assuming that it's probably like, IBS or IBD. And we did a colonoscopy, and I remember waking up after the thing, and she's like, you have acute ulcerative colitis. And she kind of just said, I'm prescribing you these 2 pills, which was something called Lialda. And she's like, you're just going to take 2 of these a day for the rest of your life. I think I took them for about a month after I had that. And then I went like a year or maybe even 2 years, I think, without having a flare up.
Yeah.
And then went about living my life. Maybe another year went by, and then all of a sudden, it came back again. And I think I was on tour with my roommate, actually. He's a musician, and I was on tour, and I was in Arizona, and it hit. And being on a tour bus where they don't let you use the bathroom if you got to go number 2, and I remember it just stressing me out. Yeah. By the time I made it to LA, my mom had mailed me some of my Lialda, and I took the Lialda, and I think I had enough for about a week, and it actually helped me get over it. And then I think I never had Lialda again after that, because my doctor wouldn't prescribe me anymore without going to see her. And so I started looking into more holistic approach, and it just kept declining from there, where it just got worse and worse, more urgency, where, I was struggling to do my job. And my job, I'm a filmmaker. I shoot a lot of music videos. I'm on set, and it would be things like even just having to go scout a location before they even shoot. I'm like, man, I got to sit through an hour of traffic. I remember taking like extra toilet paper and extra underwear with me, because I'm like, man, I don't know, like LA traffic, you're on a highway, it's not the easiest place to get off and go to the bathroom. And that became more of a thing where I was stressing even getting to these things to even do my job. I was exhausted, and I was going to the bathroom probably 12, 15 times a day. I would wake up exhausted, and I probably weighed like 125 pounds. I was having 12 to 15 bowel movements a day, lots of blood. I mean, sometimes it was just straight blood coming out where you're not even having a bowel movement. Mucus, heavy mucus, where I was just, pretty consistent. So it wasn't until we linked up that I really started learning about taking approach of, hey man, let's test out a bunch of different things and see what starts working and start building a model of your body, because I've always heard, oh, everybody's body's so different with this disease and everybody's gonna have different things that work. But what made me feel better about linking up with you was just your success of so many different people over so many different ethnicities and just everything that, you've been able to at least steer them in the right direction. So I was like, what do I have to lose?
Let's start with, let's kind of let people know also, where are you right now? How many symptoms do you have right now?
I would say across the board, if we went down the line, I have 0 blood, 0 mucus. I have normal, healthy stools 1 or twice a day. I have gas normal as if anybody else. If I eat something that's gassy, I get gas. I sleep like a baby. I don't wake up from it. I have 0 urgency, no cramping. So across the board, I have no symptoms.
And are you on any medications?
I'm on 0 medications. It was helpful to train my mind. I was seeing like, oh, I can hang out in these situations without having to drink and still have fun. And then it was like, okay, I'm eating how I'm supposed to be eating up until Thanksgiving Day, and then Thanksgiving Day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, but had things like, those betaine digestive enzymes, and it was like, okay, I took this, and it wasn't as harsh of a reaction. And then getting through that hurdle was just like, okay, look at my body handled it well. I think the biggest test I had recently was there was chicken wings, and I had some chicken wings. And I mean, they weren't like spicy chicken wings because I don't really do spicy stuff anymore, but it was just like lemon pepper fried chicken wings. And I think I ate like 10 of them.
And you were okay.
And honestly, the biggest changeover is not that I didn't have diarrhea, I didn't have any symptoms, but I just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
Feel sluggish. You're just like, oh, my body's not fueling from this food. And it becomes more of like, I don't love it the way I used to love it. And that's the big thing.
One of the big things with you is you have this growing career as a director. And you've been growing that and doing that. And then all of a sudden, this UC was inhibiting your ability to work on jobs, to fly out to jobs, to be able to pull a 12-hour shift on set. The stress of that was too hard. Do you feel confident now that you can take on the stress of your work and be okay?
You're trying to create an original idea to thin air when you're at 10% of your brain power because you're going to the bathroom 20 times. It was like, man, I remember feeling like, how can I keep this up? And am I in the wrong profession? And I love what I do. And I was like, man, should I have just done something else? But then I'm like, you got to just kind of power through all this stuff.
What would you say to anyone else who's considering using natural medicine, who can maybe relate with you, where they got a heavy career and they're traveling and they're doing production or whatever, and they're thinking, man, can natural medicine really work for me? What would you say to them about this program and about CC Lifestyle?
I mean, I think it absolutely can work for you. I think it's one of those things you have to be willing to put in the work to receive the work. Because I went into it thinking, 100%. Oh, this is something I could just kind of do, but it's definitely going to it's like going to the gym. You got to if you go to the gym and just stand in the gym, you're not going to get in shape. You actually have to get on the machine and do the workout. If you don't have a strong mind, you have to kind of start building that first. And I was a little fortunate that I had a good mindset. It was just retooling it. Like you said, restructuring how I was approaching it. Once I figured that out, it's made my whole approach to not just the health side of things, but even the business side of things. It's elevated everything. Don't hesitate. Whatever it takes, you can't put a price tag on health. Just, go into it with a positive mindset. And whether you're at day 1 of the journey or you're halfway through and you're still not seeing results, trust me, the success is just another day away. Don't give up.